Hey everybody, we got a great show lined up for you today that'll help you decide when you should and shouldn't stop deer before a shot. In a recent video I did during the rut, I had a decent 10 pointer come by me at 10 yards and I muffed the shot. And I was really surprised by the number of questions about why I didn't stop the deer. And it kind of intrigued me to do a video about stopping deer, when I feel you should stop a deer, when I try to stop a deer, just the overall observations I've had over the years with stopping deer. Everybody thinks it's a cure-all because of what you see on TV. It's become the norm on shows for people to grunt stop or whistle stop a deer and then shoot it. And the trouble with that is they don't show the negatives, they only show the positives. So a lot of people have it in their mind that you should always stop deer. Well, let me assure you, when I grew up, nobody even knew what stopping deer was, and people killed plenty of deer. Now, deer aren't stupid. They know that deer don't grunt out of trees. When they hear a sound from above, they know it's not a deer in a tree grunting at them. The sound you make doesn't really matter. What you're doing is you're alerting that deer. You're mildly spooking him to the point where he's going to go, whoa, wait a second, what was that? Because their natural reaction to, they smell something, they hear something or whatever, is to stop and analyze. And you're giving them that stop, analyze. That's what a stop is. So it doesn't matter if you go, meh, or you go, shh. They know that it's not a bird. They know that grunt's not a grunt of a deer in a tree. They stop to analyze it like, what was that? Another thing to consider is that once you alert that deer, you put them on that alert, and you stop them. Now you're shooting at them, and they can hear that arrow coming. If you've ever been downwind of an arrow and had it shoot past you, they're actually kind of loud. Let's take a look at a clip of me shooting at a camera and recording the sound. So if that deer stopped because you went, meh, and it's like, what was that? And all of a sudden it hears, coming at it, good chance it jerks, drops, or jumps, or drops under the string. I've had deer that you whistle at them or you grunt at them, and they don't even stay for a second. They go from dead calm, just walking past, to turning around 90 miles an hour out of there in a heartbeat. And in some cases, those are deer. If we were just patient, we waited, we would have had a shot. I practice taking shots fast on targets. I'm good at shooting walking deer if they're close range. So 0 to 10 yards, I have no problem shooting a walking deer. Never had. Matter of fact, I think I shoot them better than I shoot one standing still, for whatever reason. However, when you get out to those ranges of 25, 30, 35 yards or further, those deer can actually move before your arrow gets there. Your arrow ain't going as fast as you think it is. So stopping the ones at the further ranges is probably a good idea. Alright. I also like to stop deer when there's a real small, tight opening and you got to make that shot at a certain spot where you can't just concentrate as he's coming through. You have to take that shot right here. Then I like to get that bow drawn and shoot them right when they walk into that opening. So then I whistle or grunt at them. Sometimes you almost got to yell at them to stop them. You know, sometimes a whistle or two don't work, and they don't stop, they just keep going. Sometimes if you're aggressive and you get louder, they do finally hear it and they stop. One thing to consider is if a deer's on edge and he's, you know, how you can read a deer when they're on edge and they know something's up. They got that little whiff of you, maybe they heard you, maybe they looked at you, seen you in the tree, but they're not sure what you are, and they start walking. Don't try stopping that deer. That deer is going to bolt the first time you make a noise. The overall best way to kill a white-tailed deer is to catch him by total surprise. Me is not total surprise. So, if you have an open enough terrain and you know somewhere along in here he's going to give you that shot, patience is the key. Waiting for that shot, and when he gives it to you, take it. And if I don't have to stop them, I won't. If they're going to stop naturally, I'll shoot them when they stop naturally. timing is another issue. If you stop a deer at the wrong time and you don't get it right, he could end up stopping right behind a tree, or he coasts behind a tree before he stops. Getting the timing down is critical too. And I've had occasions where I've stopped the deer and it stops behind a tree, and I got to lean way out to shoot, or I got to do something funky, or I can't take the shot. But what it boils down to in the end is there is no cure-all. You got to know when to stop them, you got to know when to shoot, you got to know when they're on edge, and you got to take the best shot offered at the time it's offered. And if you got to stop them, you stop them. If you don't, you don't. There is no I always stop deer or I never stop deer. It's somewhere in the middle. Thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you learned a thing or two about when to stop deer. It is kind of a personal decision, and what works for me might not work for you. Sometimes you got to test that stuff, but testing it on an animal at a critical time can be tough. But hopefully the video helps you make some decisions. As always, you can leave comments underneath, you can leave questions underneath, and I'll try and answer all of them. If you like what I'm wearing, we have shirts and hoodies available. Just go here to this link and buy them. See ya.
Okay, what do we say, 207 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to write this stuff down, I have to get some. Congratulations.
Fine.
I have my Polaroid, I want to take a picture too.
Okay.
So let me get some pen and paper.
I knew it was over too.
Well, we were waiting on last night because she lost 10 pounds.
But yeah, he's obviously bigger than that one last year. The one last year was 180.
I knew this one was bigger. You know, trying to drag this one off. You know, the whole time.
I might put you in the video saying, "Oh, what a beautiful deer."
Yeah, honest to God, that is a beautiful deer. Don't you guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a big.
I've weighed a lot of deer, and there's very seldom do I have one that's over 200 pounds. I have guys that have 100-pound deer that think they're 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah, you see a lot of that.
And then they get mad at me and they tell me my scale's wrong. And by the way, Gary went at work and weighed himself on a male scale yesterday. And he came running here right from work, the same clothes on, weighed himself on here, and he said this is dead nuts.
There you go.
So congratulations.